At exactly 1:07 a.m., my phone lit up for the third time. I'm outside. Then again, it's freezing. I watched the little typing bubble appear, disappear, appear again. Snow was falling hard outside my apartment window in downtown Chicago, and the wind was so strong I could hear it whistling through the glass. 3 weeks earlier, this same man had left me staring at my phone, wondering what I did wrong. Tonight, I finally understood something powerful. Closure doesn't always come from conversations. Sometimes it comes from letting someone feel exactly what they made you feel. If you've ever been ghosted, strung along, or made to feel disposable, this story is going to hit home. Make sure you like and subscribe, because today's story isn't just about revenge. It's about self-respect. This happened 2 winters ago. I was 26, living in Chicago, and still emotionally wrecked from a breakup that had completely blindsided me. My ex and I had been together for 3 years. 3 years of building routines and side jokes, future plans. And then one afternoon, he told me he needed space. Space turned into silence. Silence turned into goodbye. The apartment felt too quiet after that. Even music sounded hollow. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop replaying old conversations in my head, wondering what I could have done differently. So I did what a lot of people do when they're hurting. I downloaded dating apps. Not because I was ready, not because I wanted love, but because I wanted distraction. I wanted validation. I wanted to feel wanted again. That's when I matched with Evan. Evan was 29, good looking in that effortlessly charming way. Clean-cut beard, confident smile, witty messages. From the very first conversation, it felt easy. He asked thoughtful questions. He listened when I told him I had just gotten out of a serious relationship. I was honest. I told him I wasn't in the healthiest headspace. Instead of backing away, he leaned in. "I'll be your fun rebound," he joked. But honestly, we vibe really well. Who knows? Maybe it could be more. Those words felt warm, reassuring, safe. We talked every single day for a week. Morning messages, midday check-ins, late-night conversations about childhood memories, favorite music, stupid fears. He made me laugh. He made me forget my ex, even if just for a few minutes at a time. By the end of that week, we decided to meet. The night went smoothly. There was chemistry, comfort. He held my hand like it meant something. Afterward, he stayed for a while, talking softly in the dark like this wasn't just a hookup. The next day, everything seemed normal. Good morning texts, light flirting. Then the day after that, something shifted. I sent him a message. It was read. No response. An hour passed. Then 2. I saw him active online. Still nothing. I told myself not to overthink it. Maybe he was busy. But the pattern continued. Messages read. No replies. I felt my stomach twist every time I opened the app. Every time I saw that little online indicator. It wasn't just silence. It was deliberate silence. After 2 days of this, I sent one final message. If you're ghosting me, you can just unmatch. I'd rather know. The next time I opened the app, he was gone, unmatched, just like that. And I wish I could say I handled it maturely. But the truth is, it crushed me more than I expected. It reopened every insecurity from my breakup. It whispered the same cruel narrative in my ear. You're easy to leave. You're not enough. For days, I spiraled. I compared myself to other women. I stalked his social media. I questioned my worth. Then, 3 weeks later, something happened. I was on a different dating app when I saw a familiar face. Evan. He had liked my profile. I stared at the notification longer than I care to admit. A week earlier, I had actually seen him on another app and sent him like out of desperation, hoping maybe I'd misunderstood everything. He viewed my profile, didn't respond. But now, suddenly he was interested again. And this time, I wasn't desperate. I was calm. I liked him back. Within minutes, he messaged me. "Hey, I owe you an apology. I was going through stuff. I shouldn't have disappeared like that." The excuses were vague, convenient, but I could read between the lines. He was bored. He was lonely. He thought I'd still be waiting. We started talking again. I kept it light, but guarded. I don't trust you, I told him bluntly. If we're talking again, you'll have to earn that back. He agreed enthusiastically. For about a week, we talked more deeply than before. But something else became obvious. Every conversation eventually drifted towards something sexual. Every topic slowly redirected to my body, my apartment, when we could hang out. That's when clarity hit me. He wasn't back because he valued me. He was back because he assumed I was easy. And I realized something important in that moment. I didn't want him. I didn't need him. But I did want my dignity back. So I made a decision. I told him to come over Saturday night. 1 a.m. I don't want my roommates awake. I explained casually. He didn't hesitate. Saturday came with the heaviest snowstorm of the season. The kind that makes sidewalks disappear and turns wind into knives. Temperatures dropped below freezing. The city felt quiet and frozen. At 12:58 a.m., I stood by my window, watching the snow fall. At 1:03 a.m., my phone buzzed. I'm here. I didn't respond. 5 minutes later. Hey! Another 5 minutes. It's really cold. I opened the message. The app showed him I had read it. No reply. He tried calling through the app. I declined it. More messages came. Confusion turning into frustration. I imagined him standing outside my locked apartment building. Snow gathering on his coat, breath visible in the freezing air. 10 minutes passed. 15. I saw the typing bubble appear again and again. Then I unmatched him. Silence. I waited another 15 minutes before peeking through the blinds. There he was, pacing, pulling his jacket tighter, glancing at his phone. After a few moments, he finally gave up and jogged down the sidewalk into the swirling snow. And in that moment, something shifted inside me. It wasn't about revenge. It was about balance. He had left me staring at my phone, wondering what I did wrong. Now he understood that feeling. Confusion, rejection, powerlessness. Maybe he didn't care deeply. Maybe he just moved on to someone else. But I cared, because for the first time since my breakup, I didn't feel small. I felt in control. Watching him run down that snow-covered street felt symbolic. The same man who once made me question my worth was now chasing warmth somewhere else. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't hurt anymore. I felt calm. And sometimes calm is the greatest revenge of all. Was it petty? Maybe. But it wasn't cruel. I didn't insult him. I didn't argue. I simply mirrored his behavior. And in doing so, I reminded myself that I don't have to accept crumbs from someone who treats me like an option. Closure doesn't always come from apologies. Sometimes it comes from realizing you deserve better. If this story resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, have you ever had a ghost to come crawling back? And what did you do?